Hello, everyone. It's Tuesday. It's February 21st, 2012, and it's Harp Tuesday. So, in this episode of Harp Tuesday, I'm going to talk about the last two variations for Greensleeves on this Arranging Greensleeves project. And they're still a little bit rough. I haven't actually put them into finale yet. It's kind of just on one sheet of paper here. But I'm going to try playing it for you and just talk a little bit about the process. Before I do that, I should mention that I just uploaded a video of a performance of A Bird Came Flying, which is a piece written by Dutch harpist composer Anne, and I'm not going to try to pronounce her last name, but go check that video out. I had a lot of fun putting it together. Some frustration too. Video editing programs are always a little finicky, but that was fun, and it's a nice piece, and I'm quite pleased with how the video turned out, so please go check that out. And on to Greensleeves. Where we left off, we moved into this sort of major key version where we're all happy and cheery. We wanted them. Etc. And as I mentioned, what I wanted to go from there was to go into some sort of flashier, really kind of maybe arpeggiated or scales or something. And so what I did is, let's finish that off. And I'll talk about how I got it out in a moment. So that wasn't perfect, but that's sort of the general idea that I'm going for. And in this case, I'm sticking with that major chording underneath, so that it's still sort of in this happy mode. And so, for example, that when we get this is a G major rather than an E minor. Fudging this a little bit. Etc. So just basically doing these arpeggiated chords, and then when we get to the second verse, I guess, where we change the... Again, I'm taking the left hand, though up an octave from where I did it before, and doing these... forgot to do it the first time, but I'm going to change to an E major and get out of it. So basically, in this case, I'm kind of trying to tell a little story because, you know, the words to Greensleeves are kind of depressing, and it's not necessarily a happy song, right? It's yearning for this love who is scorned the singer, and she certainly doesn't come back by the end of the song. So in this case, you know, we've had Greensleeves, and then in this change to the major key that starts with this. In that case, I'm imagining maybe thinking about happy times with this lost love, or maybe this is before she's scorned him, and everything's hunky-dory and everything's happy, and then we get more and more excited, and then I'm going to transition back into a minor key, and we're going to sort of play around with that, and I'm trying to portray this feeling of love lost, and, you know, moving from the happiness of being in love with her, and then she scorned him, and everything's just sad and gloomy. So let's move into that. I'm gonna do maybe this last. Well, that wasn't the chord I wanted. Shoot. Let me give another try at that, because I actually mucked up something coming around in there as well. But you sort of get the idea. We're transitioning, you know. So yeah, something along those lines, so that at the end we transition down, and basically maybe he's accepting that yes, his love's not coming back to him. And so we hear this Greensleeves theme, and both times I've cut it short. I haven't done the, if you think of it as being two parts, and each part has two parts itself, I've just done the second half of both the first and the second verse, and leaving out that C sharp. So instead of, we get a more minor feeling, and then on these, playing them as G minor, putting a B flat in there. And again a C natural. So there you have it. And my plan is hopefully for next week, possibly in 2 weeks' time. We'll just see how much I get done, and I'm fairly busy this week. But to record the whole piece, all the variations, and do some sort of little music video out of that. And then also just talk about some general thoughts on composing and arranging and stuff like that. So in the meantime, keep harping, and I will see you hopefully in 1 week's time. Cheers.